Hi peeps, my name is Naisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm back on choices and I'm going to talk about It Lives Beneath. It Lives Beneath is the sequel to It Lives in the Woods, though you have a different main character and you're in a different town. A new life awaits you in the beautiful town of Pine Springs. Just be sure that all doors and windows are securely locked after dark. Also, spoilers, there will be spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, you could play this yourself either on your Android phone or your iPhone. And yeah, so okay, now I might do play by play, but in general, I do, sometimes I don't, depending on how I feel about this book. Feel about the book. But this time, It Lives Beneath because I love the crap out of It Lives in the Woods. I was so excited for this one. So It Lives Beneath, again, just gonna say spoilers again, but It Lives Beneath, you are a new character. They name, depending on whether you play as a female or a male, name is Harper Vance. That's the default name. Now Harper, I'm just gonna say Harp for short. Harp has a brother, Elliot, a half brother, and you and Elliot, y'all, I think y'all come back. Yeah, you and Elliot come back from having fun because you took your little brother out. You and your little brother, y'all close and stuff like that. So you took your little brother out and y'all come back to, like, yeah, I want to say apartment. That's what it looked like. It looked like an apartment building, but y'all come back to, yeah, home, and you see that the door is open, and then you see blood, and come to find out, your mother and your stepfather, but Elliot's father is basically are dead. They have been murdered. It is like a robbery gone wrong, I want to say. Anyway, y'all move. So of course this means that y'all have to move, and so y'all move to you move in with your grandfather. Um, what's your grandfather's name again? I want to say Arthur. Yeah, your grandfather's name is Arthur. You move in with him. He's a little grumpy old man, you know. At first, like, it seems like, yeah, he's like a grumpy old man, and of course, he has rules and things like that. And you and your brother, y'all devastated because, hello, y'all parents have been murdered. So it's like, that type of situation. Anyway, but you also noticed that when your parents were murdered, that there was like a symbol type of situation that you notice when look at like your parents' crime scene and stuff like that. Um, Also in this, of course, you have love interests. You have four and a kind of bonus one. Um, their names are Danny, Imogen, Cal, Parker, and Tom. Now, the only reason why I say you have like a kind of a bonus one is because Cal, who is Imogen's best friend, um, you basically you meet. I want to say you meet the two. I think you meet Tom. I know you meet Imogen. Like, of course, you meet Imogen. But you also meet Tom as well. So you meet those two first. And Tom, he works with your grandfather, and Imogen, hub, because like your grandfather has like a maintenance business where he, like, he works on boats. Um, more Pacific is yachts for the rich people in Pine Springs, and Imogen is one of the rich kids, and stuff like that. Also, the levels of the characters are different from the ones in It Lives in the Woods. Like, It Lives in the Woods, they were high schooler. Um, It Lives Beneath, you are in like the college, yeah, you in the college age range, like basically 18 to 21. That's what it looks like. Well, no, I'm gonna say 18 to, I'm gonna say 24, because Parker, if I'm not mistaken, he's a cop and stuff like that. So you have Imogen, the rich girl, Parker, the cop, Tom is your grandfather worker, and Danny is like, I'm gonna say the town's nosy person, because like, she's investigating, seeing what's going on with the town. That's what I got from her. But anywho, like I said, you meet of course you meet Tom, because you're gonna be, I wanna say either you're gonna be helping, yeah, I wanna say you're gonna be helping. It's been a while since I played this, but yeah, you're gonna be helping your grandfather with his business and stuff like that. And of course, Tom's trying to show you the ropes. And then while he's showing you the rope, again, you meet Imogen, and y'all hit it off very nicely. She even invites you to a little party. Now, the thing about the party is that it's kind of like forbidden. They're not like, they're not supposed to party, but you know how rich kids do. They're gonna disobey their parents. So anyway, you go to the party, even though I think your grandfather told you not to, like, not to go out, because like, again, the town has a curfew, and they don't let the kids go out like around 9. Like, once 9 comes, I'm thinking either 9 or 7. It's like once nighttime hit, there's a curfew in place, and the kids shouldn't be out. Actually, no one should be out. So again, like I said, you are partying with the rich kids. So yeah. Now Cal, you do flirt with Cal a little bit. Like, you can flirt with Cal. However, the thing is, I want to say, while you're out, like, on the yacht, because again, you partying with the rich kids. Kyle gets hypnotized for some odd reason, like he's in a trance, and he jumps in the water. Of course, you jump in with him, because like, you trying to figure out what the hell going on. And so while you jump in, because he jumped in, because again, you don't understand why he jumped in, because you freaking out, because he just jumped in full clothes and stuff like that. Like, this wasn't like a pool party type of situation. This was just partying on a yacht. So of course you jump down, and when you jump down to swim and get him, you see something is holding Cal and dragging him under, and it's like, oh shit. Okay, and that's when the crazy shit began and stuff like that. Like, not only did you and your brother find your parents murdered, and you had to just uproot your life and go to your grandpa, but now you have witnessed something basically taking Kyle to his death and stuff. So, and now you're trying to figure out like what it was, and now you're trying to figure out about the town and all that situations, and that's where your love interests come into play. Especially because Imogen, she wants to figure out what happened to her best friend Kyle, because Kyle was her best friend. Parker is a cop, so of course he's gonna get involved. Danny already knew there was some weird shit that was happening with her town. So of course she wants to figure out more. And then Tom, he also, he's because again he's a love interest of yours, and he befriend, like, depends if you want him as a love interest or a friend. He's still like one of your like new friends, so of course he's here to help. And also he has a little bit of insight. That insight is Tom is actually the same Tom from It Lives in the Woods. Yeah, you heard me. Tom is actually the same one from It Lives in the Woods. He is Annie's close friend and stuff like that. So of course, like he gets involved in this, and he's just shocked that this is happening again. And also, if you hear any noises in the background, I apologize and things like that. But back to what I was saying. So of course, y'all trying to figure out like what's going on in this town, because strange things are happening. People are dying, and it seems like they're coming back to life as well. So you like, okay, you trying to figure out what's going on. You trying to figure out what the tea is. Come to find out, when you do figure out the tea, you figure out, and by like figuring out the tea, you also get like different diary pages and stuff. The same thing you get from It Lives in the Woods, you get from here. And not only that, but you do get different types of weapons and just protection for the battle up ahead. Anywho, you find out, shockingly enough, that the creature beneath is none other than your grandmother, Josephine. I know some of y'all be like, excuse me? What? The creature is who? Yes, the creature is Josephine Vance, your grandmother and Arthur Vance's wife. This is what happens. So Josephine, when like back when back when she's young and stuff like that, she is the protector of the entity in the lake, because there's an entity in the lake, but she's a protector over it because the entity isn't really like bad until someone, like, I want to say, gets in the water and stuff like that. So of course she protects the entity and things like that. And she meets Arthur. Now she doesn't realize that Arthur, which is there's going to be another twist, but Arthur is a part of a cult. Yeah, you heard correctly, a cult. Matter of fact, not only Arthur, but Imogen's parent is also part of a cult. Not only them, but your brother's friend and love interest, Robbie, father, is also a part of the cult as well. So, what happens is that the cult knows that there is something in the lake that can help them gain power and things like that. But Josephine is like, she ain't having it. She's like, no, y'all go somewhere type of vibe. So, of course, Arthur is sent out to basically, I want to say seduce. It seems like he's sent out to, like, talk to Josephine and try to, like, hey, get her to, like, let them, like, get powers from the entity in the lake. And of course, she's not having it, but she and Arthur still falls in love. Oh, excuse me. She and Arthur still falls in love and has a kid who happens to be your mother, named Marie. Now, of course, certain things happen. one of the things that happened is that the people in the cult, they decide that, okay, enough is enough. They want the power, but Josephine is in the way. So they kill Josephine. And you're probably thinking, like, what in the hell? Like, because you probably thinking, like, okay, wait a minute. Don't she got a husband named Arthur? Yeah, she does. Arthur, who is also part of the cult, he can't do anything about it, unfortunately, because he has a daughter. He has to protect Marie. And he doesn't want anything to happen to Marie. And it seems like it's kind of like a black man sort of thing, though not a black man sort of thing, because he knew that they was going to take over, like, stop Josephine from, like, getting in their way. But he didn't realize that, like, what was going to happen. And what happened is they did some type of spell to bound Josephine to the entity, and she became the entity. And of course, they still end up in power, which I think is kind of weird and stuff like that. Especially since it looked like the power that they got is like looking younger, and I'm only saying that is because Arthur, once again, he's the grandfather and stuff like that. He looks like a grandfather, but Imogen parents and the other people in the group, they don't look like no grandpa. So of course they got something out of it, and of course the entity is going to terrorize any and everybody who not only goes to the lake. Yeah, she's gonna kill any and everybody that goes to the lake and stuff like that. And for some odd reason, you can become in a trance and stuff like that. So yeah, so now that they find that out and things like that, shit starts to happen and things like that. But before shit starts to happen, you also go back to Winchester with Tom, because again, Tom has kind of dealt with this sort of thing, and so you get to speak to all the characters depending if you kept them alive. And because I kept all the characters alive, you get to speak to every one of them, including my character. I was so glad to see her. I was like, oh yeah, my girl. And also, you also got to see Noah, and Noah is going to be in this book as well, because like when push does come to shove, when things get very scary and dangerous real quick, Noah is going to be there to help you and your new group. I mean, yeah, to help you and your group. And so not only that, but what else happens? Because yeah, there's chaos everywhere, especially when it gets to the nitty gritty. And then you end up meeting Josephine, and you tell Josephine, I want to say, like, depending on you, if you get all the notes and stuff like that, you have a conversation with Josephine and stuff like that. She comes back to her, like, I'm not going to, like, her to her normal state. Like, she comes back, and I'm thinking because she thinks that you are your mom and stuff like that. She's, you talk to her and stuff like that, and she talks about her kid. Basically, her kid is Marie, because in the diaries, Marie is young, like your mother is young. And you of course, you like, you kind of like iffy, because you have to tell Josephine Marie was murdered. And of course, that sends her on a rampage, and shit again turns up to 100. And there's also moments where you get kidnapped by the cult and try to get sacrificed, but it doesn't work out in the cult's favor. There's a lot, like I said, there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on. Also, you get to have a cute, strange looking pet that I thought was pretty cool. But anyway, like again, stuff starts to pop off. Again, this is also the moment where you could lose people, especially your love interests. Yes, you heard me correctly. You can lose your love interests. Especially if you choose the wrong choice. Um, and not only that, but like when everything comes down to the nitty gritty, Imogen's parents don't make it because Josephine ends up killing them and stuff like that. And not only that, but you also come head to head with Josephine and y'all battling, especially if you have some type of suit. Now, I don't know if you can win without the suit. You probably can and stuff. You probably just got to pick the right choice. I I don't know and stuff like that because I had the suit, so um my character was able to defeat Josephine, and things go back to normal, well, as normal as it can, because again, Imogen's parents are dead. The town doesn't have to deal with the creature that lives beneath their lake. Um, Again, depending on who your love interest is, y'all have quality time and things like that. And of course, your grandfather, like, cause also your grandfather, like, he tells you the truth, like, before like the end and stuff, like, not, I want to say close to the end and stuff like that. But anyway, your grandpa, like you and your grandpa and your brother, y'all have a good relationship now. Now that y'all been through the shitstorm and stuff like that, and it ends with um like a credit scene and stuff like that, and the scene, like the bonus scene, is basically your character from It Lives in the Woods. Well, no, yeah, Connor. It starts off with Connor from It Lives in the Woods talking to Jocelyn, who is also from It Lives in the Woods, but she was injured in It Lives in the Woods and stuff like that. She has a scar on her face, same thing, and she's t- trying to figure out why Connor is talking to her, like what he wants. And then he says he has somebody that wants to speak to her, and then your character pops out of nowhere, and she smiles and it's like, let's get down to business. And unfortunately, they decided not to do a third one because there was gonna be a third It Lives book, but like once again, like I said, there's no third one, which sucks because I did enjoy It Lives Beneath, but I'm gonna be honest, I like It Lives in the Woods more, mainly because with It Lives Beneath, I'm gonna be honest, the characters I didn't really care for. The only character that I cared for was Tom, and in my opinion, that was the only character I cared for because Tom looked familiar, like to me. Like when I saw him, I was like, "Yo, this dude look familiar." Like, yo, he looks. I was like, Tom. His name is Tom. That's suspicious. And so when you find out that he's the same Tom from It Lives in the Woods, I was like, because I was like, oh my God, it's Tom Tom. Okay. Hey Tom, you looking good, Tom? Hey. Like I was happy. And like I said, I couldn't really, I think with this one, I just couldn't really get into it like with It Lives in the Woods. Because, like, It Lives in the Woods, you have flashbacks to help you out and things like that. To help you not only understand the characters when they was the kids, but like just to figure out like what happened to tear them apart, because as kids they was like the best of friends, and when they like now that they're older they're not friends anymore, and now they come together type of situation. And you always had time with them, like you spent time with each and every character, each and every like friend and stuff like that. And with this one you do spend time with them, but it's more of a romantic situation. Like of course like in It Lives in the Woods you get a romantic situation as well, but this one, because the characters are older and things like that, it's more sexual and things like that. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's like this is like you could tell this is for the grown, like you could tell this for the adults type of vibe. And again, it's like the only characters that like I got emotionally attached to was the grandfather, because like now you figure out why he was so damn bitter, because he was guilty and he still felt sad about what happened to his wife. And then when he found out that like the cult, the same cult that like he was part of, murdered his daughter, it's like, yo, what? I know you lying type of situation. And so that's what I'm saying. Like the only characters that you felt connection to was like the grandpa, and then Elliot, because Elliot, he's a young boy. He lost both of his parents. Like you only, I mean, yeah, you lost both of your parents too, because you considered your stepfather your father as well. But it's like I felt like with Elliot, because he was so young, like again, he's still in high school. I want to say he's like what, a freshman in high school. So like again, he still has a couple of years. You are going to go to college soon. Like if I'm not mistaken, after this your character do says like they're going to college now and things like that. So yeah, with this one, I couldn't really get into like I didn't really have a connection with any of the characters like that. Um, I know my love interest was Tom and stuff like that, because I just thought he was such a cutie and things like that. And not only that, I also thought it was interesting that we got to see the characters from It Lives in the Woods, and especially our character, and then Noah, who turns into the entity in It Lives in the Woods, depending on how you played it and stuff like that. And to see him, and not only see him, but help him, like have him help us when it came to battling um, Josephine, because again, like there's a moment where Josephine has called on all the monsters and creatures, and they are attacking everybody in the town. And that's when um that's when Noah comes in to help you and stuff like that. So yeah, that was like very interesting and stuff like that. um so yeah, but like with this one, if I had to give this a rating, for me it would be a 4 out of 5 stars. Again, because even though this was good, it it lacked like it lacked emotion for me. Like, well, not emotion, but connection to the characters and stuff like that. Because, like I said, with It Live in the Woods, like the flashbacks and just knowing about the characters was amazing. Whereas this one, again, y'all talk and y'all have y'all conversation, but more so it's more on a romantic level type of situation. And it's like, I don't really care about that because y'all trying to figure out what's going on with the town. Y'all can do that romantic shit later, in my opinion. Sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, y'all can do that romantic stuff later, in my opinion. So, also, I don't know why I keep forgetting about like checking on it so it doesn't black out. So sorry about that. But yeah. Um, what else? I just think to me, also the like I'm not gonna lie, there were moments where it was like spooky and It Lives in the Woods. And It Lives Beneath, there was no spooky factor to it. It didn't give me the chills, especially like I said, excuse my voice. I don't know why my voice is going out now, but like It Lives in the Woods, there's a you see like a graphic where someone is killed and the way they killed is so gruesome, whereas in this one there is no gruesomeness to this. So again, like I said, the creepy factor, the fact that like it's a disconnect with most of the characters, especially the love interests and stuff like that. I mean, again, you do have your little moments and stuff like that. Though, if you don't really care for some of the characters, is not as good as the first. Um, I still do hate that the third book got canceled because I would really have wanted to see like what would have happened, but we would never know. We can only speculate. And that's all I have to say about it. I still encourage people to play it because it's still good. So if you do play it, make sure you play It Lives in the Woods first before you play It Lives Beneath. Um, it also has the same, um, what is it? The same meter, the same like happy meter that you have with the characters and stuff like that. So whatever like the meter is on, whether it's low or bad, could determine on whether or not you can save the character or not save the character. I do though there are moments that you probably can't save the character because I know I want to say Locum 23, either Locum 23. I saw someone play this, and in their version, Parker actually dies. I was like, damn, okay. Well, so yeah, keep that in mind. Um, so yeah, that's all I have to say. Definitely give this a 4 out of 5 stars, and still recommend people to play this because it still is good. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Also, who was your love interest? Was your love interest Danny, Imogen, Parker, or Tom? And what did you think about all of this? What did you think about all the twists? Because I'm telling you, find out that the grandfather was in a cult and that the entity was a grandmother was was crazy. Because I'm like, dang, wow, like I would have not expect that. I felt like that was like one of the things that I did like about it. Like I like the fact that there were twists, and the twists like you wouldn't have known at all. So yeah. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.